Hey y'all, and welcome to the Realist Insight.
What's going on? Let's do it.
With me and my brother here.
What's up, world? How you guys doing?
So we are doing something a little bit different. We're not recapping an episode of Walking Dead this time because we're trying to do a little bit of everything that's on TV. We are going to do a whole recap of the entire season of Atlanta, which just wrapped up last Tuesday.
Yes, we do like other shows, so.
Right, we gotta keep up the variety and stuff. Let y'all know. And why did you throw that?
Sound like a brick field.
I know, right? Like
it's like, dude. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, we're doing Atlanta today, guys.
Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah.
Not with T.I.
No, not the cinematic classic with T.I.
No,
Tip Harris.
No, we are doing with Donald Glover.
Right. And let's just get into it. I won't say of course, because I was worried for a minute. But I really loved Atlanta. I thought it is probably one of the funniest shows I've seen in a long time, but it's also one of the realest shows I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, very much so.
I don't think I've seen a show. And it's actually what made me want to do this recap is something you said where you were like, "Is this what white people feel like when they watch Friends?" Like,
real talk right there.
Because this was actually, this felt not just like realistic, but this felt real to my experience in my life.
Right. Like,
this feels like some shit I have personally gone through, or I know someone immediately near me that has gone through these things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think it's cool because it's not just, sometimes when you make a show, I mean, let's keep it real. When it's a black show, right? And you're putting it out there for a mainstream audience, sometimes, people do kind of translate some things, so it's easier for a mainstream audience to get it. There's instead of using, Migos for your track, you use Bone Thugs and Harmony because that's a song that everyone really recognizes, right? Like,
right.
You're trying to appeal to a mass crowd.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of songs in it that I don't know.
Right, like there's some deep Atlanta tracks up in there that I was like, what the hell?
But I don't know what this
But
shit
that
is.
sounds good.
Right.
Like, but it sounds like someone playing that song. It doesn't sound like I'm just making a song that's mass appealing to everyone that just happens to be in the rap genre.
Right.
And that's kind of how this whole show kind of goes, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, they're not just listening to Tupac and Biggie all the time.
Yeah, it's not just Tupac and Biggie all the time, which, I mean, keep it real. Unless you are like a heavy Tupac or Biggie fan, like you were just a deep fan.
Right.
You probably aren't listening to Tupac and Biggie today. Like,
it's not. No, you're not. It is. I'm not gonna go to the gas station. It's not gonna be like California.
Right.
It's how to party. No, that's not playing. Like,
no, but what is playing is some Waka.
Yeah, okay. Some Kodak Black is gonna be on. I had to look up that song. I'm like, I'm listening to the man. This is wrong. It's like, this is Kodak Black. What the hell? Like.
So, I think that was really cool, and I mean, that's a byproduct of the way the show was made. Obviously, Donald Glover is Childish Gambino. For those that somehow still don't know, Childish Gambino, Donald was on Community. That's the show that most people know him from, but he was also a writer and sometimes on episodes of 30 Rock. He had like a comedy sketch web series for a while back in the day. He did some other shit. I don't know.
He dropped some pretty fire mixtapes.
Yeah, he dropped some mixtapes. And like the first mixtape, I feel like, which one was the one where all the white people were like, this is great? Well, that was Camp, right? Camp was the one where it was, yeah. And everyone was like, oh, this is amazing. Have you heard Childish Gambino? Have you heard Childish Gambino? Like, oh my gosh. And then Gambino, I feel like, got scared and was like, nah, y'all.
Then he put out Royalty.
Right.
Just put out a trap mixtape.
He put out the trappiest trap mixtape he could.
While still singing on it. It's
right. It was like that he could. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not still going, because he's still from the suburbs. He's still not going to be able to do a heavy trap album.
Yeah, it's not Trap or Die 3. It's not Jeezy. Don't.
Right. But he does put out this trap album. And I remember people going, oh, I don't know about this new Gambino. I don't.
Yeah, there's 808s on his beats.
I don't.
I think there's only 2 songs that he's singing, and he talks a lot about being from Atlanta now.
Right.
It's I don't know.
He's forever had this love affair with Atlanta anyway. Obviously, he's originally from Atlanta, but then moved, I think, when he was really young to California. So he and that plays a reference to his later mixtape, which Stone Mountain. Thank you. I was like, what is the name of that? Where he literally like imagines himself as like the Atlanta trap rapper ever, best rapper ever, and does this whole like alternate world where you're hitting all these like old songs like the Next Dale Chirp and stuff like that as a beat.
Oh yeah, man, that's hard. Yeah, go to Dat Piff. I fuck with Dat Piff more than live mixtapes. Go to Dat Piff and download that shit.
It's really good.
Download all of them. They all bangers.
But like, Gambino's always played this weird place where like he grew up, like he loves Atlanta, he loves like the trap, like raps life, and then but he's still a nerd from the suburbs that makes references to like Adventure Time in his rap songs. So like, he's always been this thing in the middle. So like when we heard about this show that he was gonna do, and he's also a comedian, he also does stand up and stuff. So like when you hear that he's gonna do a new show, you're like, well, what kind of show is this gonna be? And it was kind of advertised as Twin Peaks meets rappers, and you're like, well, the hell?
Which is not what it is at all.
It's really not, honestly. Like I will say, because I'm a huge I like the first season of Twin Peaks. I hated the second season of Twin Peaks, and it just reminds me why you shouldn't let people just tell you need to do a second season of a show just because it's successful. But anyway, but I was hoping it was gonna be more weird than I thought it was gonna be more Twin Peaksy weird. I don't know. As I'm saying it out loud, maybe it is though, because not like in the like super surreal sense that Twin Peaks was, but there is this sort of hyper reality surrealness to the show in both Twin Peaks and Atlanta. As I'm saying it out loud, then now I'm kind of seeing what he's talking about, where people are just kind of off and weird, and this is just the reality that you're in, and everyone sort of accepts it as such. And like I'm thinking about, so now I'm trying to actually get into actual examples of the show and not just talk about the show itself. But one of the best examples I feel like that is a total Twin Peaksy moment is the moment where Paperboy is like, I think it's in episode 2. No, it must have been episode 2 or 3, where he opens the door and this guy in the Batman mask has been
that's episode
the guy
2.
in the Batman mask is like, "Are you Paperboy?"
Yeah, Paperboy live here. It was his friend that opened the door. It's I always forget his name.
Oh, I forget the cousin's name too. You keep talking now.
Paperboy's friend. Yeah, he's like he lives with. He opened the door.
Darius.
Yeah, Darius opens the door. And he's like. First he had a bat and he lifts it up.
Right.
Like, Paperboy live here. And he's like, yeah. He's like, all right. Drop the mask down and just sprints away.
And they hold this shot forever. Like he's running for like a solid 15 seconds, just running away.
Right.
And then Darius and Paperboy looking at each other like, what the hell?
Yeah, you're getting a little too famous.
Right. And so I think, as I'm saying it out loud, I can now kind of see why they called it Twin Peaks. I think people were hoping more for the super weird stuff that was happening, the supernatural stuff that was happening on Twin Peaks, but in the sense of the just random weirdness of the people that are in this universe, that's definitely very Twin Peaksy, and it does show up here in Atlanta. I guess we should give a quick synopsis of what the show is if you've actually never seen it, although we will get into spoilers. So
we're gonna do a synopsis, but this is also spoilers, so go watch it.
Right, just go watch it.
Go watch it in a whole thing.
But okay, before you turn it off, if you have not seen it and you want to know why you should see it, let's try to do a quick spoiler-free synopsis and then why you should watch it. So, synopsis of the show is that we're following Donald Glover's character, Ern. He goes by Ern. His name's Ernest, but he goes by Ern, and he is the most down on his luck nigga I have ever seen in a show. It's one of those tropes where you see a character that's really down in their luck, but they not really struggling.
Right.
Ern is struggling. Okay, he ain't got a house of his own. His parents don't have love for him for real. He's always in between waiting for that next paycheck. He's really, really broke, but he has his passion. And he's got a on again, off again girlfriend. We'll call her that for now.
Yeah, their relationship's kind of weird to me. But
their relationship's weird, but we'll get into that in the spoiler side of this. He's got an on again, off again girlfriend and a child with her, but they're not really together, so he doesn't really live with her. And so he's trying to figure out how he's going to both provide for his daughter, but also follow his dreams of pursuing music and doing that, and so he decides to become the manager of his cousin, who is an underground rapper named Paperboy. Paperboy's real name is Alfred, which I thought was hilarious.
Paperboy.
As I am a fan of Clifford Harris, otherwise known as T.I., and other rappers with really interesting and
kind of nerdy names.
I feel like that's such a subsect of rappers. Of like, there's just this generation of parents that were trying really hard to make sure that their son could get like a normal job, so they picked a really super normal name.
Percy.
Like Percy, and then like
ended up being Master P,
and then he ends up becoming Master P, and it's like, wait, what? So Alfred Paperboy ended up releasing a song. Paperboy. He sells weed, and he really wasn't expecting the notoriety and the popularity he got all of a sudden. So this is new and it's weird to him, and so it's the two of them, Earn and Paperboy, just trying to figure out this new world and how to make some money and actually do something with this newfound fame. And then along the way is the friend, cousin. I still don't quite know.
I think he's Paperboy's friend. He's Paperboy's his business partner. They sell drugs together. Yeah,
that is basically who he is. Darius, who is one of the funniest fucking characters.
Darius is awesome.
Darius is
like my favorite character on this. Even though I don't remember his name, he's one of my favorite.
Yeah, and you can't even like. There's no way you can get too deep into Darius without like just.
If I just described what happened with him, you just be like, this guy just sounds stupid. Why do you
right, but it's just so well acted that you just love it. It's just this first season is about that, and like I said, I like the show. Like I said, I think it's funny, it's realistic, and it's really well made, and so those would be the reasons why I feel like you should watch it. First season's only 6 episodes, I believe.
I think it's 10.
10? Hold on, I'll check. 10. I think you're right. Because there's an episode where Earn isn't in it, and there's an episode where Darius isn't in it. Or there isn't. Yeah, so 10 episodes. You're right. So it's only 10 episodes. They're about a half hour long each. It's not that deep of a show, so if you got time, I think it's a great binge watching kind of show on the weekend. Christian, your thoughts on the show?
I mean, just kind of hit on it already, but I think it's I just think it's a really realistic show that I haven't seen a show that felt like that to me. Like, I haven't seen a show where I'm like, oh wow, they're talking like how me and my friends talk. Like,
right.
They say stuff like, they're saying nigga all the time, saying, man, what the fuck, like they're cussing all the time, but they're not unrealistically cussing. Like some shows do that where like, okay, we're gonna have edgy conversations, but no, it just sounds like conversations. They talk about stuff me and my friends would talk about it. They talk about it how I talk about it. They would say things. The dialogue felt very, very realistic, and even just like the music that's playing and stuff, like in one episode with Van, she's in the car with her friend, they're listening like Bryson Tiller and shit. Like that's what women in that age range would be listening to with their like kind of ratchet friend in a car smoking weed. Like that's what they would be listening to, that shit. So everything about it felt like that. And as a person who plays music and has done shit in the music business and all that, and doing all that, doing shows and stuff, it felt really cruel. Well, I say cool and great at the same time. Yeah. So cruel, excuse me. But it felt really cool seeing stuff like that, and seeing somebody on an underground level doing shit. And yeah, that shit sucks, man. That shit fucking sucks. Right. And it's cool seeing that, because that shit is like, it's never just all that nice shit. Yeah, Paperboy and them, they just trying to get bread, but Paperboy only makes money selling drugs. Right. They don't make it doing music.
And it's real. And I think the other thing that is, I think, really important about the show is that it is multi-dimensional. You were talking about the fact that like these people talk like this, and they're like, but it's not that they're just I don't know how to say it, but it's not like it's just a show about like these be-bout-nothings that aren't doing anything with their lives. Like there is this dimension to. Right. I feel like so often, like if we see like black people on TV, you either get like the super successful black folks of Scandal and Girlfriends, and I've Got a Good Job, and like the first act of a Tyler Perry movie,
and in The Wire.
And or you get The Wire. Like that's it. Those are the only two.
It is. Also with Paperboy and all them, like they're dudes that's like selling drugs and rapping and all that. But they're actually pretty good guys. Like Paperboy's actually a pretty nice dude.
He's a really nice guy.
They're all like, and that's how I feel like with me and my friends are. Like people, Cause like, yeah, we might talk a certain way and do all this shit, but you know, one of my friends is a fucking scientist. The other one is
Right.
like it works with outreach people and stuff. You know, another one is a chef and shit. Like, we're all just regular people, but yeah, we might, you know. But if you see on TV, you see something and anything that talks in a connotation with any kind of slang or said nigga or something or anything like that, they're usually bad people because they're saying, you know, they're using explicit words. Like, you don't care self-respect because you just said nigga. We're like, nah, bro, I'm a school bus driver, dog. Like, I'm still a good person. I can just still say nigga at the same time. Like, those aren't mutually exclusive.
Right.
So that's why I fuck with it. I saw it when I was watching. I was like, wow, this is really, it felt real to me. It felt like, yeah, this is how me and my friends act. This is how we do. And like, yeah. And then, just another reason why I like the show. This is now spoiler territory.
Okay, we are now officially, so that's it.
This is
okay,
spoiler.
so if you haven't seen it, that's it. You can just turn it off
Just
now.
turn it off now.
Because we about to get into it.
Bruh, when they had the black Justin Bieber, I was fucking done. I was like, this is the greatest show I've ever seen. Hey, because, yeah, nigga, if a black kid was doing that wild ass shit Justin Bieber does, nobody would even, they would call this nigga the worst person ever. If you had a black dude that was first started out all super nice and got tatted up as fuck, started like crashing Lambos and shit, and just act wild as fuck, getting turned up and all that, y'all would have said this nigga's a heathen, he's terrible.
Right.
And that's why I liked when I saw that black Justin Bieber, I was like, yes, because that's what he acts like, an ignorant ass little black kid. And somehow the whole world was just like, oh, he's just so cute, he's so fun, he's a really great guy, he's just funny. He's just growing.
Right.
That's boys being boys.
That's just boys being boys.
Which ain't a fucking thing in the black community, so
Right. Boys being boys is literally
that's not a thing.
Not a thing. Okay? That is such a white kid privilege. Like, that is literally...
I never just got to be a boy being a boy. That never happened.
No. It's literally, like... And if it does happen for black guys, it's in reference to black women. You know what I mean? It's the only time that you can put a black woman down is by saying, like, if she...
Oh, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're putting a black woman down, then it's like, well, he's just being a boy.
Like, yeah,
but
that's boys being boys right there.
But, like,
celebrity
going out there, a black male celebrity going out and doing some wild ass shit like that, that's not boys being boys.
You can't just walk in like, I'm about to dunk on a bitch. Like,
man.
Yeah, no,
what was that, episode 4 or 5? Hold on, I'm looking it up now.
5.
I'm looking it up now so we can kind of keep it by episode. But that was the, yeah, you're right. That was episode 5 where they did the basketball charity event. And Paperboy was playing him in that event. Man, that was so, oh my god. Cause you like, I'm sitting there watching it with you. You had already seen it, and I'm watching it with you. And they called him Bieber. It was like I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, I just thought it was a joke. And then, like, they keep going, and I think I literally turned to you and were like, wait a minute. Are they really saying Justin Bieber's black in this world?
Yeah, no, there's a black Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I will say, that was, there was like 4 other moments before that like really stick up to me, but that moment was like, okay, y'all really trying to do some shit that's different. Like, y'all really going out there.
That was pretty.
Yeah, no, black Justin Bieber was amazing.
And I mean, to backtrack to episode 3. For episode 3,
when
that I have been Ern so many times.
So in episode 3, Ern tries to take Van. Van is the baby mom, by the way. I don't know if we ever gave her that name.
Oh yeah.
But Vanessa
is his on and off again.
On and off girlfriend.
Which he's trying to make on this time.
Right. So he's trying to do right by her. So he tries to take her out on a date. That was the episode where he got paid. He got the direct deposit, and it was only $90.
Yeah, it was $93.
And I was like, "Do you understand? I literally just had that happen to me."
Like, dude, this happens all. And yeah, I've had the phone call when I'm with my boy, and I'm like, "Okay, I've done my budget. I have $50.
Right.
After I pay everything." What? And I've literally called my boy like, "What can I do for 50? Like, what nice restaurant can I take her for this for $50?" And I've had all that happen. Like, that's real shit. And I've been fucking upselled by my waitress. It comes up and just keeps saying all this bullshit, and I'm like, I'm poor as fuck.
Right.
Like,
do you see? I just ordered a water.
Right. I ordered a water and a soup. I'm poor as fuck.
Stop trying to sell shit.
Right. No. So yeah.
And he actually called her out too. That was the funniest.
You're killing me.
You're killing me here.
You're fucking killing me.
But see, that was also a good episode with like that weird surreal moment where like. Because I think, and I don't know if this is what his intention was or whatever, but I took away that the surrealism of the show is something that black people deal with all the time. So like when they're trying to find valet parking, and like they pull up to this dude who's in his orange vest, but he clearly looks, if not homeless, like he's had like 20 years of hard times. Like just consistent hard time.
The past 20 years were awful for him.
All of them.
He had some. Not one was good.
Not one. And like this guy, it's late, and he's telling her that it's a valet parking, and Van is just not buying it. And he's like, well, he's got the vest and he's got the light, and the dude's like, nah, man, this is a lightsaber I found.
And I'm like, dude, you're fucking killing me.
Right.
Because I can't pay for valet. If I don't get valet, that means she doesn't get anything to drink.
Right. So let's just get this together. But like that moment was, I feel like if you don't live in that world, that moment is totally surreal and so weird and doesn't make any sense.
That is true. Yeah, because that's why when you brought up the whole Twin Peaks thing, I never considered the show being surreal.
Right.
I was like, no, that's like, because I see shit like that. Like I've had moments like in episode 1 where he's on the bus with that dude and he's like telling him to eat a sandwich. I'm like, that's not far off of things I've seen on the bus. I've seen a lady offer me a whole 40 ouz that she somehow had in the inside of her jacket.
I've had a dude
and then spill it everywhere.
I've had a dude offer me a damn 3/4 full bottle. I mean it was huge, of fucking dollar store mouthwash.
Wait, what?
He was drinking that blue ass dollar store generic mouthwash.
Drinking it or
drinking it.
Oh shit!
And he offered me some.
Hey man, you want this lean here?
Right.
This that shit.
This that shit.
This
is that shit. They don't even know about this shit.
That will really fuck you up. That ain't.
So again, going back to the first episode where Ernest is on the bus. He's with his daughter. He's just trying to get home. He is tired as hell.
Right.
And he sits across from this dude who is telling him, first off, because every 25th person you meet on the bus is a philosopher. Straight up.
I would say that number is very high. I would say.
You think I underballed it?
I mean, on people that you might actually just be on the bus with at the same time, sure. But people you actually have interactions with, it's like every fucking 8. Every 8 person you talk to on a bus is a philosopher that knows exactly what's going on in the world.
And so, this dude sits across from it in this weird ass suit that's slightly ill-fitted, slightly dirty, but slightly not.
It's pressed but dirty. Did you iron a dirty ass shirt?
Right? Did you iron this? And he tells
you didn't wash it before you ironed it, dog?
He gives him some advice that almost sounds like it makes sense, but it doesn't. And you're like, what are you doing? And I'm just trying to go home. And what do you want? And he sits next to him and hands him a sandwich. I've been in that situation. Right. So that's what I'm saying. I think it is. I think if you don't live what I would call anything working class or below black life, right? If you are Shaker Heights middle class and above, this may not be
exactly. When you're that's real though. I guess so, because if you saw that scene, you'd be like, that's really weird. I'm like, no,
that was me last week.
Right? No, he's on the health line trying to get downtown.
Oh my goodness!
No, he just hopped on the 41. That's
That's literally all that. That's the 41.
He's going down to Windermere.
9:37. Right. Okay,
I know going down to Windermere. That's about it.
But no, so that's what I think. I think that's what they were trying to get at, because it is just this weird level. There's just weird moments that happen, but that you've been in,
Right.
And I think that's why it works so well, because it is weird enough that if you're on an outsider, you can still sort of enjoy the surrealism of it. But if you're on the inside, you're like, shit, that's my life there.
I've been there. I've had conversations with people, and I'm just on the bus with my headphones in.
Right, headphones clearly in. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm gonna start talking to you. Okay, I guess I'm taking these out.
Right. Guess we're having this conversation now.
Right.
So that was great. I love. We're going kind of backwards, and then we'll go forwards, I guess. Obviously, they played Atlanta. Sorry, wow, didn't say that right. FX played the first 2 episodes of Atlanta back to back. So it took me a minute to understand, because I thought at first it was an hour long, because there's really not a theme song to it. It's just they play a popular song with the image of the logo somewhere in the scene.
Right.
And then they just start the show. So I didn't really understand it was 2 episodes at first. But in the first episode, we're kind of introduced to all our characters. I loved, and I'm sad that we didn't get to see much of them, but I loved Ern's parents. Because I feel like that was like the realest couple I've seen in a minute.
Right.
And they like you knew something was already up because Ern was trying to get inside because he's just trying to go somewhere to find somewhere to go to sleep. Like he had slept. And I think almost every episode starts this way, where Ern wakes up somewhere.
Yeah, in some environment.
Right, that because he doesn't have a home because he's like homeless.
Yeah,
like
he's like homeless.
Yeah, I didn't say this in the non-spoiler part, but like he's homeless. Like he literally doesn't have a place to live. So he's sleeping on couches.
He kind of stays with Van if he can pay rent.
Right, he can stay with Van if he can pay rent, but he can't pay rent because he's not making no damn money for real.
Right.
So like he wakes up at Van's house in the very first episode and is trying to figure out where he can sleep for the rest of the episode and what he can do for money. So he ends up going back to his parents' house, and you know right away that Ern has been on this shit because his dad does not let him get through the front door.
Yeah, he doesn't open the door for him.
He's just like he's a popular. He's an actor like you've seen him in everything. I'm trying to think. I think he was on The Wire. The dad.
Yeah.
I think he's on The Wire, but I can't think of who he played. But like you've seen this actor literally everywhere, and he's like a bigger guy, and he puts his arm on the door thing, and you're like, damn, you ain't gonna let your own son in? Shit. And they don't. He never does. Nope. They just had this whole conversation on the porch about how like why Ern can't be there and he ain't never done no shit and like how he left a dump in the toilet.
I forgot about that.
He couldn't flush down. And,
right.
Like he just is not like, and it's embarrassing and you're feeling for Ern and like, but at the same time I can get why you're not gonna let this dude in your house.
Right.
I think that's just an awesome way to just start the show, just right off the bat. Like, nah, it's about to be really real.
Yeah, no, Ern gotta get it together. Like,
I think it was interesting though, because we never really got back to this idea that Ern had a deja vu at the beginning of the episode. That he at the very beginning of the episode, he dreamt the fight that happened. Or no, that's not true. I'm getting this backwards. So at the very beginning of the first episode, we see this scene where Paperboy gets into an altercation at the parking lot, which to me is one of the funniest. Like, I think that was one of the best ways to start a show ever because it's this high tension moment. Like if you're watching the show from any perspective, any background at all, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in a parking lot, black dudes in a parking lot late at night. They're getting into an argument. Someone pulls out a gun. It's very high tension, right? Like your stereotypes tell you someone's gonna get shot and some ignorant nigga shit and oh my god,
they're thugs.
Right. And all the while, Ern is just cracking jokes and like it's hilarious. Like he's like, someone shouts out World Star. He's like, no, let's not do that. Let's not do World Star. Darius is off in his own world. He sees like 2 dogs and he like, or he sees a dog somewhere and he's off in his own world. And it's like, it's high tension, real drama, but it's also hilarious as hell. Right. But no, in he has a deja vu there. That's when Darius sees the dog. He has a deja vu, and we never really get back to that idea. I don't know why. Like we never really talk about.
I never really thought about that. Actually.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until just now. Like we never really kind of get back.
Just being weird, but
huh?
I thought it was just him being weird, but
I mean, yeah, he was definitely just being weird. I don't know. And then who knows if they'll ever come back or what it means or anything. But it is something that like on a second viewing, I'm gonna try to pay attention to because it was interesting because the episode starts off that way and then we come back and it does feel as an audience you're obviously having this deja vu because you've seen this scene before,
right?
But it's not as if he was given the deja vu to stop the moment because it doesn't stop. And
right.
the guy ends up getting shot. So I don't know. It was just an interesting kind of thing. And then in the second episode where he's in holding, and I think this is a great episode for me because I'm the kind of like there's this weird subsect of blackness, right? Where like about all the crap that black people go through when it comes to being like in prison or things like that, or like having to deal with police or things like that, but have never personally experienced.
Right. Yeah.
And like that, I mean, I was earning that episode. I feel like that would have been me in holding, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And like you're nothing's, I don't know how to say this. Nothing about it was necessarily surprising to Ern. Because he knows all these things, right? Like, he knows...
But it's actually experience.
But actually experience
like,
is
oh, you can't just fall asleep here?
Right.
You can't go to sleep. Right,
these little details that you don't know about because you've never been in holding.
People have been doing that forever.
Right.
Like,
and like...
always slept.
like the part where the dude, and I mean, again, talk about great moments in Black TV history, where the guy was talking in chicken talk to.
About 11 years. About 11 years. I ain't seen about 11 years. So then we went and got a beer.
And again, I'm earning this.
It just won't be, but it was the big ones.
Right.
The big ones.
I'm straight up earned. I have been there when this person is like intent on telling me this story, and they cannot like say complete words.
It's like they're giving you too much detail and not enough at the same time.
Exactly.
It's like the pointless detail. Like,
and then like it's a great comedic moment because like the dude that he's been talking about this whole time.
Yeah, the reason that he got into jail
is literally sitting like one seat away from him.
Oh, man, you know it's been about 12 years since I seen you, man. I'm sorry.
Now this nigga wants to up here and talk to me like this shit. You know, now
we got bitch. We got out there. You know, his mama, his baby mama tripping, so he had to sit outside on the porch. And so, you know, PD came by, got public intoxication. All this so I can see this motherfucker.
Right.
All this about motherfucker I ain't seen no damn 12 years. But I'm sorry, I was just trying.
So it's like, it's just like, again, it's a moment. I've literally been in situations like this, and it was just like, it was just hilarious. It was good to see. I think it was one of those, that episode too was interesting because there was some, people got some, I don't want to say flack, that's not quite the right word to use, but there was some like, uncomfortableness for some folks because there's the part where the guy was talking to the trans woman.
That shit is hilarious.
That shit was hilarious.
That was so damn fucking
But
funny.
like, it was also a really uncomfortable moment. And I think there's this, and I don't know how to say this without probably pissing somebody off. But
well, that's why we have a podcast.
Right.
We ain't on TV, nigga.
But I think there's a difference between like not seeing good representation of yourself versus seeing very honest representation. And I think honest representation can be just as uncomfortable as bad representation, but in a totally different way.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is that like, it wasn't like we were watching like Ace Ventura, right? Where like the twist of Ace Ventura is that the bad guy was a man the whole time and he was like tucking like that's not like that.
Which how do people like that movie? Okay,
right, by the way, like what?
Like,
but like
seriously,
the thing here is that there is this guy who is talking to a trans woman who's or a cross-dresser even. We're not even quite sure where she is on that level, but like she clearly is
right
in the transitional period, right? Like she's not she's not passing for like a cis woman or whatever. So like, but for whatever reason, this dude that's sitting next to Ern, okay, so for context, Ern is sitting in between these two people talking in
right
the whole
in the center,
thing.
yeah.
And
man, I'm trying to talk to my girl.
Right. And this dude who is angry about other things, he's always angry, but he's trying to chop it up with this chick, is not acknowledging the fact that this is not like a cisgender woman. Like this is he's either a drag queen, like he's either in drag or he's trans or she's trans. Sorry. And either way, this is a really honest moment. Like it's a really uncomfortable moment because the guy that's trying to chop her up is like, aggressive and angry.
And half of his hair is braided.
Half of his head is braided, and like he's mad at Ern because Ern is like, "Do you want me to move? Because you clearly trying to talk to her. I can just get out the way." No,
nigga, I ain't asked you to move.
I didn't ask you to move. So like, you can clearly tell he's volatile.
Why you feel uncomfortable?
Right. And like the rest of the room, the rest of the holding starts making fun of this guy that's trying to chop up this chick, and it becomes like a really uncomfortable moment. And I heard about people being like, "Oh, I didn't really like that scene," and it was really kind of, whatever. There was criticism for that scene, but I was like, that was an honest scene. First off, Ern is not the kind of guy that's going to be like, stop being like that. He's going to be much more, because he's in general, in his life, very much more like,
right.
I don't really want nothing to do with this nigga. Right. Sexuality is a spectrum. Like that's going to be Ern. That's true to his character. And at the same time, there is this very real, harsh reality that trans people go through or cross-dressers go through that I think was very honest. And I thought that was like, I when I saw the scene, I was like, well, shit, we really gonna talk about some real shit here.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that was a real thing. And yeah, sometimes you have a real honest scene you can do something that's real in the real world, it's people not gonna like it because there's things that happen in the real world that people don't like.
Exactly.
So I mean, whatever the fuck. But yeah, when I was watching it, I thought that she was fucking hilarious. I was dying
because the dude was so mad, like he was so uncomfortable.
Because it was funny because he didn't realize it. I don't think until that moment that shit. Maybe this is a.
I don't know. I feel like he has to be. I
think he subconsciously knew all the time, but he just wasn't ready for it.
Or maybe he just thought that no one else would notice.
But yeah, no, and I mean, as much as people want to get mad about it, that is something that you have to deal with in the community of just not even just black people, but in the world. That,
right.
If that's happening, people saying that, they're gonna be like, yeah, bro, that's a dude. Like,
right. Like that's not just a black issue on that point.
And then how he kept defending it, saying like, no, she not. Like, I'm like, yeah, dog. Like, yeah. So I mean, yeah, if you didn't like seeing that, then I'm sorry, bro. That's just how the world is. So I don't know what to tell you. But I thought it was hilarious.
It was
just solely because of I would be earned that feels so uncomfortable because in the first place I'm in jail and this dude is chopping it up with this cross-dresser a trans woman and I just I can move and the whole time it's like no you ain't moving
right
I ain't asked you to move. It's like okay but this is and then he starts getting roasted by everybody calling him gay and stuff so I don't know I thought it was pretty funny. I never really thought too much of it honestly.
I mean, and that's the thing, I think, because the funny part is not everybody roasting this dude, but what's funny, no, that was kind of funny, but what's funny is the fact that you're earned in this scene. You're like
I could feel the uncomfortable.
I just want to get away.
Can I just want to get out of
here? I don't want to be in between, even if it was just a straight couple, because he
was getting kind of graphic on things that they were doing.
Right, so I don't want to be in between this. I just want to get away. What's happening? And that's where the humor comes in. It's funny because you're like, yeah, no, I'm with you. And then when everyone else in the holding calls this guy that's trying to chop up this chick gay, then you're like, well, shit, now he's gonna pop off, and because he's talking about stabbing folks and stuff. When we get upstairs,
I'm gonna be the one that gets stabbed.
And he's I don't want to be stabbed. I'm literally just trying to sit here. I'm just trying to get bail posted, so I can just go. So no, that was hilarious. So that was episode 2. I'm trying to remember what was the next one. So he goes home.
3 is when they go. Oh,
3 is the date, and then 4. Oh, when 4 is the one where Paperboy tries to deal with the social media guy. Oh my god,
that is awesome.
That was one of the funniest things because what was that dude's name?
It was
I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. But he was like,
fuck, I can't remember. I'm shitty with names.
I am too. But no, the guy was he was like, you want a hat? he pulled one hat. He pulled out one hat that had one slogan, and then he put on another hat. He pulled out another hat for Darius.
That was a pretty good one.
But no, I thought that was good, and I think that was just a good solid look at what his life must be like now, this kind of thing, and the idea of
probably dudes on Instagram and social media,
right.
Probably really weird. And then, okay, there's another thing as a person who was done show, done music, and all that stuff. If you don't know about me, I played in a death metal band. But it was the episode where I think that was episode 7, the club, and that episode was literally life for me. That I was watching it, and that was another thing that just solidified. Holy shit, I have been through this because through the episode, Paperboy makes an appearance at a nightclub.
Yeah, it's episode 8. Yeah,
episode 8. Excuse me, the club. So they have Paperboy makes an appearance at the club, and it's like a VIP thing and all that. He has VIP with all the bottles and all that. Makes an appearance, and it's all good. And Earn is simply just trying to get paid. So he's talking to the promoter, trying to get paid. And I have talked to some slimy ass promoters who, not quite as dramatic as they were in the episode, who had a fake door that they could, a fake wall that was a door that you can push into and then it just flips over on Scooby-Doo or some shit. And, so you can just quickly do a quick getaway. But I mean, hell yeah, I talked to some slimy ass promoters trying to do shows and shit, just trying to get paid.
Right.
And every time it's like, oh yeah, right now, yeah, I got you. Come on, yeah. And then
He
next thing you know, they just fucking disappear on you. Like, so I was watching that. I was like, oh shit, this is real life, man. Because we have done a lot of shit just trying to get paid. And then when you do finally get paid, it's all these random ass fees and all this shit that came up. And yeah, well, Paperboy, y'all shot somebody, so we need extra security. So that come out of that. He didn't perform, so that come out of that. Y'all need, and the next thing you know, like you said, like on them, they were trying to get $3,000, and they got paid $750.
Right.
Like I've been there. I have been. So I was watching that shit. I'm like, this is fucking real. And yeah, it was a hilarious episode. With the invisible car.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the invisible car.
All I'm gonna say is the invisible car. I don't want to spoil that. Even with a spoiler.
Yeah, that one we will leave alone because the invisible car.
Expect the invisible car.
Oh man, that was too funny. That was too fucking funny.
It was an invisible car. So I mean, yeah, and then there's no way we can do a podcast review of Atlanta without talking about the amazing episode. Black American Network Ban.
Oh yeah.
Episode Ban.
Yes, the with Montague.
That doesn't have Donald Glover in it at all.
Yeah, I think he wrote and directed the episode, but he's not in it.
He is not in the episode at all. Darius is not in the episode at all. Most of the cast is not in this episode.
Right.
And it is still probably one of the best episodes of the series.
Oh my god.
It's so Paperboy makes an appearance on a show called Montague.
Which right away is such a specific black thing.
Yeah, like you know that nigga Montague who has his show Montague.
Like we ain't gotta tell you shit. You already can see it in your head. You can already
picture the fuckboy Montague, this nigga that's on there who has the show. So you already know what the fuck is going on. So and it's such a great idea because the whole episode is taped and filmed and everything as if you're watching the actual episode of Montague on Black American Network.
Yes.
So it has the commercials, the intros,
the little like cutaways
and segments that
you're watching BAN.
Right.
You know, like you've got all those moments in there, and it's presented that way. There's nothing to like cap the episode or anything like that. There's no cutaway to anything that's like, oh, we're not going to watch this episode of Montague, guys.
No, like, it just starts like that. There's no intro like that says Atlanta in it at all. But it's just it is one of the greatest things ever.
Okay, so we got to break it down. Let's break it down to two different parts. So let's just talk about Montague first, because I think it was actually funnier in the commercials. But let's talk about Montague first. So the episode is about the fact that Paperboy tweeted, and again, this is another episode where Paperboy was dealing with becoming a celebrity. And like the fact that now the shit he says has some sort of consequence and people care. So he ends up tweeting something saying that he wouldn't have sex with Caitlyn Jenner. Yes. Like he said something about that. Like to the extent of like, yeah, that would be gross.
Yeah, he said that'd be weird.
That'd be weird. And so he ends up getting flack from the trans community. Specifically, there is this very sort of the militant feminist type, white woman. And
before we go any further, we might lose some fans because I'm going to talk about how I don't like that shit. But whatever. So, sorry.
We're going to get into it. We'll get into it. But so and I think it's interesting because it was specifically a white woman, but that I think that was a purposeful dynamic there. But and so Montague was trying to have this conversation. He's trying to, bring these worlds together and have this conversation about this. And, he's talking about, he ends up putting Paperboy on blast about like how, your lyrics are so, mean and homophobic and all these things. And Paperboy is trying to defend himself like, nigga, I don't think that much about it. I'm just saying shit. Which is interesting. And I think what were you about to say before I get to what I'm
saying? What I'm about to say is that, my problem, I thought it was hilarious because it perfectly encapsulated like everything I dislike. As a progressive liberal man myself, it encapsulates everything I hate about liberal people and all that shit. Cause they try to put Paperboy on blast for simply saying that him having sex with Caitlyn Jenner would be weird, which I think is a fair statement. I feel like I could say that about any person. I could say any person in the world, I think having sex would be weird, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Right.
Like, you can say you can have sex with literally, like, if you sexual preference, you can't get mad at somebody for that. You can say and then the whole thing, people even say y'all do whatever y'all want and whatever, but you know what? To me, Caitlyn Jenner's just being what every white man does and just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
And I thought that was like such a like strong ass line that got swept away in the episode.
Right.
Like, I thought that was such a like I don't even like. It's part of me still wants to just dissect that because it was just like, okay, I totally get what he's saying because there is this like it's not as revolutionary. You know what I mean? Okay,
right.
let me back up a step. No one was putting Laverne Cox on a magazine cover until Caitlyn Jenner became a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not that trans people shouldn't get attention, not that they shouldn't get noticed or something like that, but it took Bruce Jenner, who no one really gave a fuck about until the Kardashians became a thing, right, to do something that as a white man when she was a white man could do because he had money, he had power, he didn't have to worry about doing a normal 9-to-5 job, he didn't have to worry about
had no problem. So.
Right, like he could live a sheltered life where he was protected. So transitioning is easier. I'm not saying it's an easy process. I want to be clear. But transitioning when you're in that environment is easier than when you're Laverne Cox in like, you know,
damn near an aspiring actor. Like
right, in like South, you know, the South America, the South of America. You know, poor and black. And like trying to just make it in this world and then trying to transition to who you are. Like that is so much harder. So like the fact that everyone's like, yeah, no, Caitlyn Jenner's doing what every white man is able to do or is allowed to do. I was like, well, shit.
And like, yeah, he wasn't even hating. He was still like, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. But it's just to me, white men do whatever the fuck they want. Like, so he's not even hating.
Right.
He's just like, do whatever you want with it. So.
And so yeah, I thought that was an interesting episode. I thought that was some interesting commentary. I think my only criticism is that I feel like so they had a second segment because it really does feel like an episode, like you're watching a show called Montague. So they had this second news segment here where there was this black kid trying to transition to a 35-year-old white man. And like my only criticism is that I don't feel like they made it clear that those two things aren't equal. That like, and this is where I'm gonna have to like stand up on my soapbox real quick, but that gender isn't a construct, but race is, and so there's this idea the things that he wants to do are related to what he thinks a middle-class white guy does, but that could be what anyone does, whereas gender is something different. So anyway, I'm not gonna.
I feel like they did that.
I don't know. I feel like it didn't come across as strong as it could have, but that's like literally my only criticism because it was fucking hilarious. Because he was like, I work at the Coke factory, and he was like, aren't you in high school? So like this kid wants to transition to a 35-year-old white man because he doesn't relate to anything, and he's in the mirror and he's like talking about like like he's going through the things he's practicing
his lines.
Yeah, and he says, is there an IPA on tap? And
what IPAs do you have on tap?
I fell out. Like
Did you guys watch Game of Thrones last night?
But like, and see again, like that's where my thing is like the clear dice. Obviously, we all know black folks that like IPAs and watch Game of Thrones and are wearing like khaki pants on golf courses.
That is true.
It's true, and I just thought it was kind of interesting, but I don't know. I don't even know where I was trying to go with that thought. It was just, I feel like that was my only criticism is that like I don't feel like they painted it too well that those are two different things and transitioning. You can't be Rachel Dolezal, okay? Fuck her, all right? That's not a thing.
That is true.
Right?
Okay, yeah, no, you can't just say, oh, I'm this race.
Right, that's not a thing. But I did think it was hilarious that at the end, so they bring this character, they do this special so they can bring this character on, this kid that's transitioning to white.
35. He's 17, turned to a 35.
5-year-old white man. They bring this character on at the end of the episode in defense of trans people, and he's like, oh no, man, that shit's weird, man.
That's an abomination.
That's an abomination. No, I don't believe in gay things or trans. That's an abomination. And like the feminists on the show is just like, wait, but do you see yourself?
Right, exactly.
And Paperboy is falling out. Like, he is just cracking all kinds of jokes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's going in on him.
He was going in on him. I thought that was hilarious. Thought that was great. I thought that was a really solid part of the episode. But to me, even the stronger part of this episode were the commercials. And here's the thing, and this is what I really want to know. So leave comments on this if you watch the show. I want to know from white people, do you get the Dodge Charger commercial? Like, is that a thing? Like, I feel like we need to sit down and have a conversation about the show.
I need to know that.
I need to know. Did the Dodge Charger? And at what point did you get it? Did you get it the first time? Did you get it the second time when you saw it twice? Did you get it at the end? Do you still not get it?
Like, does it still not make sense? Because I was fucking dying.
The first moment of the Dodge, when I first figured out it wasn't a real commercial, like we fell out. When
you watch, okay, and if you don't get it, just start noticing. When you see a person driving a Dodge Charger, just, okay, 9 times out of 10, you see somebody driving a Dodge Charger, they're going to be black.
Right.
And then start noticing the person that is driving. Actually, I don't know any white guy that drives a Dodge Charger. White guys drive Challengers.
Right.
But a Charger, I don't
know that I've ever seen.
I can't say.
I'm not ready to say it never happens.
It has to have happened.
It has to happen. The law of averages.
But when you start seeing, just look at the guys who are driving Chargers. And I've made jokes on people driving Chargers.
You don't understand. We have been making jokes for years about people driving Chargers. This is
the type of people who have those cars. I've been making cracking on that forever. So. Yes, once I saw that, I fucking lost it.
I was done.
Please, leave comments. Let me know. Do you get it?
Right.
Because I need to know.
If you are not, I'll even take just not black. Okay?
Yeah, anything.
If you are not black, do you get the Dodge Charger commercial? Because I was in tears. Like, I wasn't ready. And I feel like that is such a subset joke. Like, I feel like, because that's the thing. I don't know if I said this. Atlanta has an all-black writing room. Like, that was a purposeful thing that Donald Glover made sure that they had, that everyone, all the writers on the show were black. And then, like, a lot of people of color behind the scenes. I want to say the director of the show is, I believe he's Japanese. So it was a very conscious effort. And I don't feel like that joke would have passed if there were, like, more white people in the room. Because I feel like white people were like, I don't...
That's not funny.
What's funny about that? And it's like, no, you need a group of black people just to be like, nah, y'all, you don't you just need to, it'll make sense.
It's one of those things that even with a black person, you have to describe it first.
Right.
Because they're going to be like, wait, what are you oh shit, I didn't really thought about that. You all drive Dodge Chargers. It's like, that's something you got to tell even a black person. Like, think of everybody you know who has a Dodge Charger. Think of people you see just driving down the street parking those.
Think of the type of person you see.
Think of that. Just stop and think about Chargers.
Because that's the thing about the Charger commercial. It's not just the fact that, like, it's a black person. It's the type of black person.
Yes, it's a very small subsect of, like, I make over $15 an hour black guy who's trying to do something with his life, kinda. Like, I have a real job. Right. I have a real job black guy.
Right.
Who is in the spectrum of, like, I don't have a kid yet.
Right.
Or, like...
Or I only have, like, one.
And I may or may not take care of it. So... That is that
type of look, you know what it is? It's I have a real job, but I don't have health insurance yet.
Oh yeah, I don't have health insurance. Oh no, not at all. But you know, I
and not because I can't afford it.
No, I can afford it.
I can afford health insurance now. I just don't have it.
But I don't have health insurance. I barely got car insurance.
I might barely have a savings account.
Oh, I don't have a savings account. I have a bank account with money in it. But
yes, that's it. I have a bank account with money in it. I don't have a savings account.
I got a bank account that keeps at least $300 in it.
At all times, right.
But I don't have a savings account. Fuck that, no.
So, like, it's just, I'm sorry, the Dodge, again, leave comments. I'm sorry we kind of explained it. But I need to know if that actually translates.
I need to know if you didn't know it. I need to know if now that we've explained it kind of that you can see. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about there.
Or that still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, let me know, please. Because I was just fucking dying on that.
The other one, though, and I think we had to pause the episode in order for me to, like, breathe, was the Arizona iced tea commercial. First the fuck off. Even though, at this point, I've already watched the episode, I understand that they're making fake commercials. I still thought that commercial was real.
Even in the halfway through, we were like, okay, yeah, all these commercials are fake. I was still like, Is this a real Arizona? It's like, what? I was like, I've never seen an Arizona commercial.
That was my thing. Like, the whole time, I'm like, oh, I've never seen an Arizona. They really should advertise.
I was like, they should advertise it.
And then, like, it wasn't until he got to the counter, and they rung it up, and it was $149. The price on the can, though. No.
Yeah. It was funny because it was the guy ringing him up that said it first. It was the guy working there. I was like, $149. The price is on the can though, and the guy buying it agreed. Like, yeah, the price is on the can though. And they both just looking at
it. Just stopped.
And
then the slogan for Arizona Iced Tea is price is on the can.
Price on the can though.
And here's the thing. Again, we're gonna talk again about real life fucking moments. Okay, there's two here. One of them, I used to work as a cashier. I used to sell Arizona iced tea. I had to get it down packed to explain to you why you were paying $1.09 when the price was on the can, though.
But hold on, man. The price on the can, though.
Yeah,
it says great buy, 99 cents.
I know. It's just, it's a sales tax on it.
Hold on, but it says it's a great buy.
You know what? If you go across the street to the gas station, it actually does sell it for 99 cents. Oh, okay. You understand how many Arizona iced teas have been left at my counter because I explained to somebody that if you go across the street, you can save 10 cents? So no.
Fuck that! I'm going across the street. I don't want
First the fuck off. That is the realest thing. And $149.
I ain't about to pay extra dime for the government.
Right. $149 is also a very realistic price point because I've seen that. And then the other side of this, and this is one of those get your direct deposit and it's only $93 kind of real moments, is when you're like, damn, I'm really thirsty. I don't want to drink water again. All right.
I'm getting really tired of water.
I want some flavor. I'm gonna treat myself. You get first off Arizona. I don't know. Again, do white people drink Arizona? Like I feel like upper middle class white folks don't know anything about Arizona.
Hipsterish white people drink Arizona.
Yeah, hipsterish
and like broke ass white people.
And broke ass white people.
But like, no, I don't feel. No, nigga, you get a Fiji water. Or
right,
like
right. If you live in fucking Beachwood, you are not getting yourself.
No, you don't have a fucking Arizona. Like you got.
So for those that are not aware, Arizona is a tall can of different flavored drinks. Most of them fruit flavored.
24 ounces.
Yeah, huh?
24 fluid ounces.
24 fluid ounces. So it's a pretty significant, and it's canned, so it's colder. You know, obviously it keeps better. The most popular one is the iced tea, the green tea.
Oh, that green! Oh man,
the green tea is actually really fucking good, and
I haven't had that in a minute.
And it doesn't taste like cheap pop.
Yeah, and it also
it's not like that heavy syrupy taste. So it almost
doesn't leave like that film on your teeth. And
right.
Stuff.
It doesn't make you. You almost can delude yourself and make you think you're doing something good for your body. You're not, but you can almost make yourself think you are.
And Arizona's the MVP for being 99 cents for fucking ever.
Forever. The price literally is on the can, 99 cents. So I don't know. I still don't understand why it happens. But there are some places you can go to, and it doesn't matter what. It's not like, oh, if you go to, hood gas stations or wherever, because it always varies.
Right. Oh, yeah. No.
You can go to Cigaras and try to get Arizona and have to pay $1.49, and you can go to Heinen's and only pay 99 cents.
Right. I don't. It doesn't matter. Yeah. How nice the establishment is, how legitimate it is.
It's just.
I feel like Walgreens doesn't give you it, but CVS does.
Right. Exactly. It's just not consistent. So you always have this gamble where you're like, damn, I've got $1. and you're like, do I risk it? Do I risk the embarrassment of waiting in line and getting up there and being like...
But the price is on the can, though. Like,
and I get...
To being the person that you hate.
Right! To be the person that you hate. Guys, I know I spent a lot of time breaking down this Arizona iced tea commercial, but you don't understand. This was the realest fucking shit.
It was real. It's real shit.
This was the realest shit. And I have never seen that on Friends. I've never seen that on ABC.
Not once.
I've never seen that everywhere. I watch a lot of things. I have never seen that moment.
That really just signifies something that happens in my own life.
Yes. So
yeah.
I know we went over that one a lot, but that was that the price is on the can.
And then my other favorite commercial was the Swisher Sweets.
Oh my god, I forgot about the Swisher Sweets.
Okay. Also, people.
Oh my god.
Is there any person that just smokes a Swisher without dumping it?
Please leave a comment if you literally just smoke a Swisher.
Do you just smoke it? You just go there and you just buy a Swisher and you just light it up and smoke that cigarillo. I need to know. Because why don't they just sell pre-dumps?
Guys.
Why is that a thing?
Tag your friend. Share it, and I'm not trying to get you to share it because I want the show to be popular. I want you to share it so
need
you
to
can
know.
find me one person
That
literally smokes a Swisher.
like just smokes it, doesn't put any weed in it, does
Nothing.
not take do
Just
tobacco,
literally goes buys it and then immediately
tobacco
lights
and
it
all,
up.
and just smokes it. Like he'll.
Because I've met folks that will freak a mild, but then put the tobacco back.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
That's totally a thing.
You take the cancer stick out.
Right. You
'Cause-
take the cancer stick out.
Lord have mercy. Stupidity right there. But yes, that's a thing. That's a very big thing.
That's a very big thing.
I know people who will not smoke an unfreaked black and mild.
Right.
That's not a thing. You ain't freaking.
We'll
nigga,
judge
what
other people for not freaking.
the fuck
Right.
you ain't freaking for? Even though it's like a 20-minute endeavor trying to do all that. But
Although again, that's also one of those things that you only see like in like hood areas, because like you will see a dude on a bicycle with no hands freaking a mile.
Right.
And
I'm surprised that it's been on Atlanta. Like there's just a guy just riding by freaking a mile.
because I've seen that, but never
yeah,
have I seen somebody buy a
Just
Swisher.
you've never seen somebody walk out of the gas station, just open up the pack and just light it like a switch. You see dudes walking out of the gas station all the time with a Swisher in their hands,
Right.
But never just takes it out the pack and just lights it up and smokes it. Like, oh, this is really great tobacco.
So that commercial was hilarious because it starts off talking about the tobacco.
Yeah, it's
like it's this whole like thing, and you see like these slave ass looking dudes like taking the tobacco leaves
Yeah,
and shit,
and it's beautiful
and then
song.
and it's this actor and this is white background, and you're like, it looks real professional, and then all of a sudden he just flips out a switchblade.
Yeah, it starts dumping all the tobacco
Oh,
out.
God.
And it's rich flavor. And then you just see people like everyday lives and they're just praising how good Swisher
Right.
Sweets are and shit.
As
And they're
they
all
cons-
freaking it, like all dumping all the tobacco out. Like,
Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Again, moments that I don't see. I think the closest was Boondocks. I feel like the Boondocks got the closest to these moments.
I feel like Boondocks. I feel like like Chappelle Show
Yeah.
and Boondocks
Yes.
are like the closest things of like real, actual Black lives. But this is like to a
This
such
is
an
a
extent.
documentary. Like
Yeah,
this
like this is to an extent that I know dudes exactly like Paperboy. I know dudes. I mean, I'm damn near exactly like Earn. So like,
Right.
I'm just a step away from being Earn for real. Like, so
Your life is a little bit more
my
put together.
life's a little bit better. I got a little bit more of a real job.
You
but
have
other
a
than that,
home.
Yeah, like, but other than that, I am damn near Earn. So yeah, that's why when I watch, I'm like, wow, no, and yeah, like
Yeah, well, our cousin said that. Like, our cousin was like, I can't watch this show because this is literally my
it's
life.
too real, right?
This is I can't, like, I've never had this moment happen. So, yeah, there's some other great commercials in there. I'm trying not to ruin all of them.
Yeah, I don't want to just say everything that happened. In
But
the show.
those we had to talk about this episode because I think this was the episode that made us decide we should just do a podcast.
Yeah, no, that's what's like. I have
Because we got to talk about
yeah,
this.
So,
So we had to get on that. The other things, the other really important episode, all the episodes are really solid, but the other really important episode is the Juneteenth episode. Oh,
wow.
the Juneteenth episode. See, okay. The Juneteenth episode.
I was like, who's gonna talk first?
Because I don't know what, like, there is so much in that fucking episode, and I don't understand how they did it in 30 minutes. Because all this time we're looking at, well, the entire show, we're looking at different types of, like, poor to working class black people. We have an episode with Van, which we didn't really get to get into, but we have a whole episode with Van where it's kind of like almost a Seth Rogen comedy where she's trying to pass a drug test because she smoked some weed the night before.
Right.
And it's funny and it's great and it's a good episode. It really is. It's cool that they did an episode on Van alone and kind of made her not just this nagging girlfriend. Like, she gets a whole episode and it's very dynamic, and I think it's a really important episode.
Shout out to Zazie Beetz.
Shout out to Zazie Beetz, which is really the actress's name. Like, that's her real.
Is that yeah? Also, comment if you can find out if that's her real name or not. I'm pretty sure it is. I can't find anything else that proves that it isn't.
But Zazie Beetz is apparently this woman's real
Also,
name.
Zazie Beetz call me. Let's move on.
Anyway, so you get that episode, and that episode's great. All this time we're watching these people. We got, like I said, we got Paperboy who sells drugs or sells weed. Okay, it's not like he's doing anything.
nigga ain't really trapping.
He's not really trapped. He's just selling weed. But he sells weed, and we got an episode with that where we got to see him with the Migos, which was also fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the Migos is great. Shout out to Quavo.
Wait, what was the other one? What was the fourth Migo?
Tanqueray.
So like we get all these things, and we're seeing Earn, who is like definitely poor, trying to put this shit together. And he's got like a sales job, and he's trying to get into managing and all that. And this is the first time we're seeing like rich black people. And I mean, there's literally not enough time to talk about rich black people.
Yeah, that's a whole podcast in itself.
That's not just a whole podcast episode. That's a whole podcast show.
A whole podcast show about
can,
me and how I feel about rich black people.
That is like, and especially not like, because again, there's different types. There's the rich black person that comes rich in his lifetime, and then there's the rich black person that inherits its money.
Which can both be very bad.
Right, in two totally different ways.
Right.
And like, in this episode did the bbest they could, I feel like, to cover all of that shit.
Right.
In 30 minutes. And I still don't know what it was a lot. I don't have words. It was a lot.
It was a good episode.
For those that don't know what Juneteenth is. Because again, another thing I hadn't even thought about.
Yeah, I didn't know that people didn't know what Juneteenth meant.
Okay, real talk? Because I went to Shaker for a long time. I didn't know about Juneteenth until I was like damn near junior or senior or something like, or it might have even been my first year of college. Like, we didn't talk about Juneteenth. And we were pretty racially mixed, although, asterisks on that. School.
I went to Cleveland Heights a bit more, so
he went to Cleveland Heights a little bit more. And so he knew about Juneteenth. But for those that don't know,
we learned about that was actually about 6th grade. We
never had that conversation at Shaker.
Yeah,
Juneteenth is the celebration of the day that black folks actually got free. So you got the Emancipation Proclamation. Lincoln's like, all right, y'all good. Get off the plantation. He didn't say it like that, obviously. And obviously he did it so he could win the Civil War. But we gonna get into that another day.
Hey, we still got free, nigga, whatever.
Yeah, we still got free. So great. But the problem is that this ain't, the 21st century with Facebook.
Right.
We're talking about a time.
Nigga, that ain't trending, okay?
It wasn't trending, it was no handshake or nothing.
Right,
so we're talking about a time where, news travels slow.
If you found out by a nigga on a horse what happened, like some dude ride through on a horse and tell you what happened. If he ain't got the documents to prove it, you just like, hey nigga, you lying, man.
Right.
That ain't happened. Nigga, we ain't free. You better shut up, bro.
And on top of that it's not like slaves were allowed to just, talk to anybody or read. So like in Texas, I believe it was Texas that like kept their slaves a lot longer than the rest of the country did.
Yeah,
like a whole lot longer.
Yeah.
A couple years.
Pretty ignorantly longer.
Than the rest of
kept it from. Because I mean, yeah, like at the same time, you got to think about it. You're a slave,
right?
Just because you got freed in the North,
right?
I'm in Texas. I don't know shit about shit. The Alamo, I'm right next door to the fucking Alamo. I don't know shit about shit. And yeah. If my only communication to the outside world is my slave master, hell no, I ain't telling him he's free, bro.
So Juneteenth is June 19th. It is the day that it became where someone finally was like, look, y'all white people can't keep these slaves forever, y'all.
Right.
Okay? Shit, you gotta let them go now, all right? Y'all been doing this long enough, okay? You gotta let them go. You just got to.
So I believe Juneteenth was 3 or 4 years after.
I believe so. It definitely, we can measure the time in years.
Like I say in all my podcasts, I'm not 100% sure. If I am wrong, please correct me.
Right.
But I believe it's like 3 or 4 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, which is fucked up. It's fucked the hell up. But
Frank, you can't keep these slaves anymore.
Frank was being a dick.
Right.
He's like, I'm getting this free work, man. Like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a. Ain't my president. I ain't vote for him.
Like, them niggas don't know. Like, what's the problem? Like,
so that is Juneteenth, and so it's a celebratory day, obviously. Because now we're actually really free at this point. Now everybody's free. And yet it can still be a little interesting. So during this episode, Van, because she ends up losing her job in the episode where she had to do drug tests for hilarious reasons. She ends up losing her job. So she's trying to network with people that are, in the upper class that have jobs and stuff like that can kind of help her out. And she brings Earn along because she's trying to look like she's in a stable relationship. She's not the single mom struggling, so she's trying to like make it look like upper middle class blackness.
Right. That's real talk right there.
That's real talk. So she ends up going to this party, and all she wants Ern to do is just be cool. Just be cool, man. And again, have we been in this situation? Obviously.
Hell yes.
You a little bit more than I have, probably.
Hell yes, I've been in this scenario.
We probably can't get into too many details on that, can we? Without being
I don't know who's listening to this podcast. So,
yeah, let's just not get into details. The point is, she ends up meeting an array of different bougie types of black people. And the hostess of the party is married to a white guy who I meet this guy literally once a week.
I'm sorry to hear about your life schedule. Shit.
I'm saying like because of the things I work around. Again, I can't mention one of the jobs. I have a couple of jobs. Okay, I'm not gonna mention which one I'm talking about.
Kevin Gates.
Yeah, I'm kind of Kevin Gates out here. I got a couple of jobs. I'm not gonna mention which one I'm talking about just to keep things interesting. But one of these jobs makes me run into this upper class liberal white guy type a lot.
The kind of guy that asks you, "Have you ever been to Africa?"
Right.
And
he gets surprised because
that you said no. And like you don't immediately know what tribe you're from. And
right.
I'm like, no. My dad's from Bedford. My mom's from Atlanta. That's all I really. I think her family came from Alabama, actually.
Right. That's as far as my tree goes.
But other than that, yeah, like Ern said, this spooky thing called slavery happened. So,
understand from now on, if you know me, I will be referring to slavery as that spooky thing called slavery happened.
That spooky thing called slavery happened.
Okay.
It kind of just destroyed all my ethnic background. So, no, don't know. And yeah, I'm from fucking Cleveland. So
there we go. Also, I have $93 in my account.
Right.
So
right.
no, I'm not about to do
I'm
a
fucking
DNA
poor,
test.
man.
I'm not about to go fly out to Africa. That'd be great. It'd be cool to do.
I'm fucking
poor.
I
can't afford it. If I could take a vacation to fucking.
Think if I could go to Detroit.
Right, I'm doing something good.
Hey, shit, man.
I went to Times Square. All right. Hey, so we had some technical difficulties there. Just kind of our car got full. We talked too long, and our car got full.
I talk too much. I'm sorry.
No, I talked too much too. It was great. We had to talk a lot about Atlanta. So there
a lot
you
of
go.
talk.
So I'm not quite sure where we left off exactly. We were talking about the Juneteenth episode.
We're talking about going back to Africa.
We were talking about going back to Africa.
I remember that. We can't go back to Africa.
Yep, because, the conditions of Black America in today.
And
not being
I don't think... Now, I mean, I've never met too many actual Africans, but from what I've heard, we're not exactly the biggest fans.
Yeah, there's some drama there.
Which I could definitely see, because if you watch TV shows and stuff, there's some ignorant things about...
Right.
From Africa.
Right. Black folks Black Americans say some ignorant ass shit about Africans.
About Africans, yeah. Like.
So, yeah. I don't know.
I ordered my chicken fried. He ordered his chicken alive. I was on wilding out.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah.
So, yeah. They may not be too cool on that.
Yeah, so, and plus, I mean, yeah, I'd love to go there on a trip, but I just like to go there just as much as I like to go to, like, Japan.
Right.
Like, it's just a different country. So
I mean, I think now that I'm older, like, there's a part of me that's, like, thinking about, like, my past and, like, connecting to my heritage a little bit more. So, yes, I would like to, if I ever found out, like, what my background really was, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool to go, but...
Nigga, my background is Atlanta, okay?
Right, for real.
That's where I'm from. That's where my family's from.
I mean, for real, my background Cleveland. If you just...
That's why I'm really... That's what I'm saying. If I'm going to really trace my lineage and go
really back, I'm just going down to Atlanta. Okay? Right, so...
Nigga, I can trace my lineage back to Bedford, okay?
Right, so, I mean...
No, dude, I'm from fucking Cleveland.
So that's really what it is there.
CLE, bitch. Cleveland against the world.
Right.
I'm proud of it.
Proud of it. I only want to get into the last episode just a little bit because I think it was. I mean, obviously, it's a well-told story because again, we kind of get the whole character arc. You see him go from beginning of the season where he's just trying to sleep at anybody's house to the whole episode is motivated by him trying to find the keys to the storage locker so he can sleep alone and look independent, even though.
Shit, I didn't even get that.
Oh yeah.
That's why he wanted the jacket, because the keys are in it.
Keys in the jacket.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember at the end. Yeah, because he's like, "Oh, you thought ahead." Yeah, I just didn't even think of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that's why he wanted the jacket so bad.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I know, right? Pretty good. And like, and again, it brings his old character arc full circle. That he's now trying to just become independent. He gives Van the money at the end. You know, he leaves himself with like a little $200, but that's basically it. You know, I mean, that storage locker ain't cheap.
Yeah, that's probably storage locker rented. So.
Right. So, and how he's gonna eat for the next whatever until he gets paid again. But then at the same time, his relationship with Van is better.
And I relate to that. I relate to getting your baby on.
But no, his relationship with Van is now better. You are clear. He's sitting up here playing with this damn lighter, and he's gonna end up lighting something on fire. And I just want the audience to know what the hell's happening when you set something on fire. And I'm like, shit. Well, we gotta stop recording, because obviously I would still put it up online, even if you set something on fire.
You are wasting time.
I know, right? Okay, sorry.
People don't want to know about that.
People want to know. Anyway, so, and then there's also the chance that Paperboy's gonna go on tour with this rapper. I don't remember who the rapper was, but he said in the car that they got a call from a rapper that wants to go on tour with Paperboy. So, like, things are coming up. Things are looking up. Except for the fact that he's still sleeping in a storage locker.
And I mean, Paperboy, I'm pretty sure still has a warrant out for the end of the club when they robbed the guy.
Right. And, you know, someone still ends up getting shot in the back.
Oh, yeah, that dude just got shot in the back and they ran up on him.
And that was interesting, because, like, it really, that felt like, I mean, that looked like that one, God, sad that I can't remember anybody's name anymore. But that was that footage of that guy that literally got shot by a cop running in the backyard. Yeah. Like, that looked exactly like it. And I was like, well, shit. So I think that was kind of cool, because it was like the whole episode was like, yeah, things are changing, but things are still really the fucking same. And
the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Exactly. Yeah. So watch Atlanta. It's fun. It's funny. It's real. Some truthful ass shit. Let us know if you understand what the Charger commercial was all about.
Yeah, if you're black between ages like 17 to like 39, I feel like this show is gonna be
a documentary for you.
You're gonna be like, wow.
And if you're anywhere outside of that range, you're still gonna be like, yeah, I know that guy.
Right. You can really relate to it. So yeah. Go watch Atlanta. Yeah.
We need a thing so that people like 2 thumbs up or 5 stars or.
Okay, you want to do like a rating thing for
the
shows?
Yeah, we should do a rating thing.
I give it.
We should have thought about this before.
I'll give it 2 dabs. That was it.
Oh, don't do that, because that's going to in like a year. That's gonna sound corny as hell.
Well, I was gonna change it up for a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So today is 2 dabs.
2 dabs for Atlanta.
Right.
Quick, very, very, very quick.
Sure.
I am going to talk a little bit more about Atlanta when we do our podcast on Luke Cage that we just keep talking about.
We keep handing at this.
It's gonna happen, okay?
It's about to happen. I just gotta finish the show.
She's, and we'll get to why it takes so long for her to watch. But I will relate the two. So yes.
Sorry about that.
Watch Luke Cage, I guess, so you can get that. And because I want to have a Luke Cage after that. Since I can't speak on it right now, I'm going to speak more about it once she has watched it and relate it to Atlanta and how. Don't relate. So let's move on that topic. Just look out. We're gonna have a Luke Cage one. Yes, we also have podcasts every week.
At least for the
Walking Dead.
Yes,
we're gonna do weekly.
As long as they don't go on break, we won't.
As long as they don't go on break, we don't go on break. And suggest shows to us. Tell us what you want to see. Yeah, what you like. Yeah, we're gonna do like kind of stuff that's all cool. So got some movie reviews we're gonna do.
I figured out how I want to do my rating real quick. Rating for me is going to be based on how much money you should spend. So, for movies, it's going to be easier because I'll be able to say...
That is our rating system, how much money you should spend.
So, for movies, it's easier because you can say, go to a night screening, you can go matinee,
3D.
Get it on Blu-ray, 3D. Like, there's always the ways.
Dollar theater.
Right. For TV, it's a little bit harder. So what I will say is, I would say watch it legally, and yes, watch it with commercials so they can get paid for making this.
Yes.
Okay.
Watch it. Yeah. Watch it legally. Yeah.
Watch it legally.
Watch it legally.
Okay.
Watch it.
Yeah, because anything you're watching legally will
Yeah,
end up paying FX and
yeah, they're gonna get their money. So,
So-
if you can fast forward through it, then fast forward through it. But watch it legally.
Watch it legally. That is my rating. And then I'll have watch it illegally, and then don't watch it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that is okay. That is our rating.
That's
system.
your rating system.
Watch it legally. Yeah.
Watch it legally. Okay.
And even if like you gotta use your boys login, just use the login.
Right. So they can get paid. So they can get.
So we get a season 2. So.
Right. So we get these ratings, and folks will see that this is more content that we want. It's realistic. It's funny.
Right.
Some good stuff. And it's quick. It's not gonna take up all day.
That was a great rating system.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Watch
I'm
it
sorry.
legally.
You were doing the ending. You were closing this out. And
Oh,
then I
I
just
was
cut you
closing it.
off.
Yeah. So.
Tell us what you want us to talk about next.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about next. We're probably gonna do Doctor Strange this weekend. We're gonna do a Doctor Strange review.
Nigga, what are you doing?
That sounded so strange.
Strange. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna do a Doctor Strange one. What else do we have? We have Lucas Cage.
Right.
We have The Walking Dead every week. I feel like we have something else that we're gonna do podcasts for.
Oh, we were talking about Stranger Things and Insecure.
Stranger Things and Insecure.
Just stop doing that. That's weird.
I mean, dang, I really wish I did. I wish we started this podcast earlier this year so I could hate on Batman vs Superman.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we don't have any more superhero movies coming out till Logan, I think.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I don't really want to do one for any of the, like the Flash or anything.
Yeah, no, that's.
I'd be doing this all fucking day. So
Right. We still got y'all ain't paying us yet.
Yeah,
so
we got lives, okay.
We got lives.
I watch them every episode, but damn, that's a lot of podcasting.
Right.
So yeah, we got that coming.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Let us
That's
know what
all
you
it
want
is.
us to do.
Thank you for tuning in. We still got to come up with our
Zippity doo dah.
yeah, zippity doo dah. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
All right,
See you guys.